Hey guys, we have with us Nitish Kumar, who is not the Chief Minister of Bihar. He is an IMB graduate and currently he's working as a consultant in Accenture Bangalore. Hey Nitish, welcome to the channel.
Hey, hi Sam, and hi to all the followers of your channel. Nice
Hey,
to meet you.
yeah, we are really happy to welcome you, Nitish. So today we'll be discussing about your consultancy career. But before starting with that, let's talk about your academic and professional career.
Sure, Sam. I graduated out of engineering in 2013 from BIT Mesra in Ranchi, and I did my engineering in electrical and electronics engineering. Post that, I joined a core firm in Emerson Network Park, and over there, I did work in the electrical and electronics manufacturing and research and development. Uh, After that, I got to understand that there is something which I wanted to pursue, which would require more expertise towards the business domain knowledge as well and skills. So I joined MBA at IIM Bangalore, and after that, I switched into consulting career from the technical electrical and electronics engineering domain that I had. And I started working with Accenture Strategy. It has been around 1.5 years since I am working over there. So it has been a mix of business and technical management work that I am doing over there.
Oh, that's great. Nitish, as you said that you decided to move towards consultancy. So, can you
Yeah.
tell us why did you choose consultancy? Because many people who do MBA they go for investment banking, sales, marketing, and HR even, but you decided to go for consultancy. So, what was the motivation behind it?
Two things. One is that in MBA colleges, consulting along with investment banking and the other profiles which you said is they are highly sought after as well. That is one part which I wanted to say. But frankly speaking, till 2015, even after 2 years of my engineering graduation, I didn't know a lot about what consulting really is and what this field is about. It was only time when the people who graduated along with me, they went into MBA colleges and then they joined consulting, that I came to know about this particular domain as such and what work is happening over here. So when I started to discuss with them and try to understand what kind of work they do, it was mostly around problem solving. It was mostly around structuring the problem into the core basic elements at the lowest level. You bring it down, and then from there you try to come up with a solution and think of those things. So what I realized while speaking to my friends was that this was something which I was actually working on in my engineering days as well. It was mostly on the engineering aspects that I was working on. But what I realized is this skill or this kind of interest is across in the management domain. Also, you can apply it into the consulting field. To give you an example from my engineering days, what I used to do was to keep a journal of all the things that I come to know about engineering. So my scope of knowledge was limited to what I would learn in the engineering college. The problems that I would write was also limited to that. But then what I would do is every other situation that I come across, if I think that there is some possibility to enhance or work on this particular part of it, which will bring about a better result, then I would note it down. I would think about it and work on them. This one of the projects which I chose was also because of this, and that has led into a IEEE conference publication as well. Somewhere around while working on these things, I realized that yeah, I do think that I like understanding the situation which is around me, taking notes about that, and then figuring out what can be done to make it better. So this is why I think that personally consulting suits me. And if you also like that, you should also choose consulting.
So that's great, Nitish. So right from the very beginning, during the engineering days, you had this instinct for problem solving, and actually that manifested as your consultancy career. Because you know what, many engineers and many people who turned into consultant, who I meet, many people they just become consultant because they got a consultancy job. They wanted to become maybe a banker or something. But if you made a conscious decision of getting into consultancy, that's really commendable. So you said that you guys do problem solving and you do a lot of complex things. But you know what? What is the general perception? People think, like especially laymen think, that consultants just make PPTs, and yeah, this is a common notion around the world, and I hope it's not correct. So I would like you to explain, what do consultants really do? So do not say just problem solving. Please elaborate a bit, like what kind of problem solving that we engineers are not doing and even managers cannot do. What do consultants really do?
Right, that's very interesting question. Probably the presentation or these skills are something which comes at the very end of what work you are doing. These are to showcase the kind of thought that has gone into breaking down the problem and then coming up to a particular solution and then convincing the client that this would work, and then probably getting a go ahead to work on these particular thoughts that you have put into it. So this is comes at the later end, maybe also at the very initial stage when you are kind of pitching it to the client that there is something which is not happening properly and there are ways of how you can go about it. So when you sell a particular project, you will have to put in something on the presentation part that would get you the project in the first place. But between these 2 points, it is mostly towards what you how you go about solving a particular problem. And when you see or when you ask about what do consultants actually do, so it is a very broad question. There are different types of consulting which are there. So based on the nature of work itself, you can classify consulting as strategy consulting, management consulting, technical consulting, and even outsourcing based consulting. And then if you go into the domains in which the consulting firms would work, like the functional domains, so there can be a general consulting firm which is working on all the different domains of business management. There can be niche consulting firms which are working on particular type of consulting as well. Domain-based consulting, wherein the subject matter experts are brought in and then they use structured thinking to break down the problem and come up to a particular solution. Then there can also be projects or consulting opportunities wherein you are doing it for the internal client, which is your own organization, or maybe you are working for an external client. So there are different types of consulting work, and each one of them has a different, the consultants over there have a different way of handling the projects and different expectations which are there. Specifically stating for strategy consulting, you would see that mostly the work would revolve around long-term strategy, especially on the strategy consulting part. The consultants will be working, they'll be expected to work on long-term strategies or maybe solving business strategy related problems, such as how can we bring in profitability into the firm, how can we increase the revenue, which market we should tap into, or where can we expand, should we enter this market or not. So these are long-term strategic questions which people work on in strategy management. In management consulting, the nature of work is more on the ground. So some strategy has already been laid out, you are expected to work on the ground, execute them, meet the metrics, and the incentives would also be performance based. So when you meet those incentives, you'll be getting the when you meet those results or metrics, you'll be getting those incentives. So this is about management consulting. Technical consulting, as you would understand, it is more towards computer science based tools and management infrastructure, technical infrastructure that you set up for the client. So these things are there. Outsourcing based consulting can also exist, wherein there are few roles in the company which the client would want to outsource to a consulting organization, and they would do on their behalf. Maybe not that value adding for them, but they still want somebody to perform or work on that. So this can also be a type of consulting. So based on what consulting you are actually doing, your firm is doing, your expectations would change and the nature of work would also change. But at the core of it, somewhere you would have to look at, get an exposure towards what the client business is. First, you have to understand that what challenges they are facing. Then to note down those challenges, get the right data to back the problems which are there. give it a thought, come up with particular solutions, and then convince the client that these are the solutions which we have, which the industry is using as a benchmark, or which we have used with our prior clients, and this has worked like magic for them. Or based on your own in innovative thinking, you are coming up with certain solutions. So you put them down in your presentation, you pitch to them, and then finally you get a go ahead from them that yeah, you should implement these solutions. And based on the nature of the work, like if it is implementation based project as well, so first strategy will go into it, then implementation. Or if it is just strategy, that the client says that okay, you just tell me what I need to do, I'll have the resources to manage it myself. So that is strategy consulting. So in that, you will be coming up till that stage and you'll be selling that to the client.
Oh, that's great. So there is a lot more than just making PPTs. And actually, I totally expected that. But to clear the minds of our viewers who think that consulting may be an easy job or some easy money, I totally understand that it may be really hard to understand the problem and break it down and actually coming up with solution and present it to the clients who are already expert in their own domain. So
Definitely.
that's totally commendable. So currently you are at what position in Accenture? Like what is your position called?
Right. I am a management consulting analyst. So this is the starting position for anyone who is joining an organization after doing their MBA. And then we grow into management consultants, and post that there is management consulting managers who would be managing projects at large. Then there'll be senior managers also. And post that you will be designated as an MD or an equivalent to a partner in the consulting firm.
Oh, so there is a particular growth trajectory for consultants also. That's what
Yes.
you mentioned just now. That's great. So you explained the work of consultants and also what are the opportunities available. Now I would like you to explain who would you recommend consulting? Like who are the people who should think about consulting? How should one make a career decision? Because you said that you had an inclination towards consulting, but I don't think consulting is for everybody. They should find their own calling. But how can one decide that consulting is their calling?
Who should actually be applying for the role of consulting is the question. So a lot of people ask about this, or maybe even ponder about this. So one thing which I definitely feel that consulting is usually for people who are comfortable with uncomfortable situations. So there are a lot of cases in which I have emphasized enough on the fact that structure is what a consulting firm looks at, or maybe structure is the most important element for a consultant, right? But the irony over here is the life or the day-to-day operations of a particular consultant is something which is unstructured. And that is because there are so many different types of challenges or so many different changes which keeps happening around them. So the work hours are not fixed for you. The traveling schedules are not fixed for you, and there are other changes, like client expectations may change at any point of time. You need to maybe speed up the work that you're doing, or multiple things may come up. So it becomes unstructured in that way. If you're very comfortable being uncomfortable in certain situations, and you don't mind those things like traveling or maybe extended work hours and these things, or uncertainty in your life, if you're comfortable with these things, then you cross the basic threshold of the problems which a consultant would face, and then you can think about consulting. But again, the core of why you should be choosing something as consulting is that if you are deeply passionate about exploring multiple kinds of opportunities. So there'll be different projects, different clients, different kind of exposure you will be getting, and different work environments, also different domains in which you will be working. So there will be a lot of changes if you want to get exposure quick and fast in all these domains. And if at the core you believe that any type of situation you see, you get interested to know about them, read up about them, understand what the problems they are facing, and probably go a level deep into what they are thinking and what could be the possibilities of solution that you can present to them. So if these things are there, probably you should opt for consulting. But again, this seems very lucrative. It seems that the life of a consultant is very lucrative, with big parties and big, travel around the world and these things. But then again, at the core of yourself, you should first identify whether the things which come along with it, are you comfortable with them or not? So that is one thing which I would definitely want to elaborate.
So the bottom line of your answer is, if you are comfortable with uncomfortable situations, then consulting is for you. So
Yes.
that's a great end to our conversation, Nitish. And also, guys, if you want to follow Nitish on LinkedIn, I will be keeping his LinkedIn profile in the description section. So you can always connect to him if you have any doubts about consultancy or getting into MBA, because he has a very shining career. So even if you are an engineer, he has a bit lesser experience. If you want to do an MBA, he is an IMB graduate. And if you want to do consulting, he's the man. So always connect to him, and please connect to me as well, because I will be the one who will connect you to new people all the time.
Definitely. To all the viewers, I would request to please do like and subscribe to the channel, because he comes up with, every week he comes up with a lot of new experiences and exposure from different people that he interacts with. And he has a very good personality to get those details and ask the right questions, so that you get to know about these details, and that would help you in your future career as well. So do subscribe, do like his channel. All the best, Sam.
Peace.